Welcome once again to the Zach Carpenter Show here on the BCHS Bear Network. I'm your host, Gary Ownbey. We're going to talk a little bit about Bradley Central boys and basketball, the Bears, and also got a special guest. We've had players before, many players, and Coach, we'll let you go ahead and introduce our special guest today.
We got Jordan Ollison, one of my assistants. This is his first year at Bradley. We're glad to have him. And I'll let him talk about himself a little bit.
Well, Jordan, let's go ahead and jump in here. Your background, you're not from Cleveland, Tennessee. Where are you from? Where'd you play ball at?
I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I went to Germantown High School. After that, played at Cleveland State, and then went to UT Southern. Played basketball.
Did you play for Coach Sigliano over at Cleveland State?
Yes, I played with Coach Sigliano, yes.
He stepped down last year.
Yeah. Coach Sig was one of my favorite coaches. He was tough, hard-nosed. I mean, we got along well. We meshed well. We both wanted the same thing, and that was win. So that's my guy.
He is very vocal, very emotional out there.
Very.
I do the PA out there, and I see him yelling to his horse. But we wish him well in his retirement there. He retired from Cleveland State, of course, after many years there. Went to the Nationals there 3 years ago, I guess it was.
Yeah, he did.
When they won the regional here in Cleveland, went to the Nationals there. Your background in high school, basketball, I know you played, but did you play other sports?
Yeah, I played baseball my first 2 years, but after that I just wanted to focus on basketball, so it was just strictly basketball from there on.
So in basketball, were you a defensive guy? Were you a shooter and scorer, or were you both? Or
Well, my game changed as I got older. When I was in high school, I was more of a defender. I like guarding people. I scored whenever I could. I mean, I was on a really talented high school team, so I didn't really get to shoot the ball that much. But once I got to college, my game opened up. I worked on my shot a lot, and I became more of a shooter, scoring player. So.
Well, college is a whole different game than high school.
It's a whole different game.
And it's interesting, Zach, you didn't really know him from Adam's house cat, as the old saying goes, but how'd you guys hook up, and what did you see in this guy right here and said, you know what, he could be a good assistant for me?
We had a former Bear, Terrence Oglesby. Right after I took the job, he had reached out to me and said he had a guy that he thought would be really good. We went and met at Aubrey's for, I don't know what, we were there a couple of hours?
Yeah, we was there for a
Sat
minute.
and talked for a couple of hours. I thought we meshed well. We had a lot of the same philosophies and how things should be ran, and we went with it. Hit the ground running and never looked back.
Well, it seems like he's been a good fit. You hadn't been here that long. I've got to know you quite well, talking to you and doing interviews and stuff like that. You also have a new baby.
Yes, I have a new baby,
Joelle. And what's your wife's name?
Jordan. We both have the same name, so.
Both have the same name. Well, you can't get that mixed up then. And she's already had the little one at the ball games. I see her all the time at the games. Home and the road,
It's honestly the only time she's not screaming and crying is when she's at a basketball game. So.
So it's sort of a babysitting service here at Bradley.
Yeah, it is.
Well, man, we're sure glad to have you here. JV program seems to be going good. Do you have a coaching philosophy that you bring to the table, or what do you try to instill in the JV team?
My whole thing is just toughness, playing with toughness, playing hard all the time, no matter if it's practice, if it's a game, and just playing together and just having fun. Those are my main
effort
focuses.
all the time.
Yes.
No matter what. Well, Coach, let's talk about what's happened since our last program. Huge win Friday night here at home with Howard. A game you had to have that game to stay in the district hunt, I think. 4 losses is not going to win the district this year, and you come through there. Had a big win last night with Oudeball too, but.
We did, and we told them going into that Howard game, if you want to have a chance to get back in the hunt of things, you have to win this game. And the guys stepped up. It got a little hectic there for a while.
Yep.
Had the lead, then let them back in it, and we ended up making some plays down the stretch. Jarius Rogers made a huge play down the stretch.
Play of the game.
Dove on the ball and saved a possession for us, and we were able to get another score out of that. So, and then last night, again, turnovers were too many. We had too many. We had 10 at halftime, only had 5 in the second half. But that first half, that's just too many and a half for what we're trying to get done.
Well, you pulled out the win. It was a district win at home. So you're sitting here. We look at the district standings now. We've got McMinn in first with only 1 loss, but they've only played 5 games.
5 games. Yeah.
We've got 8 under our belts now. Walker Valley with 2 losses is in second, and then you got a logjam with Bradley, Howard, Cleveland, all with 3 losses each. So these upcoming games, and we're not going to talk too much about the future, but you got a game Friday night at Ray County, and they gave Walker Fitz last night, 3-point win there.
I know it.
So
every game's a big game from here on out. With the district standings the way they are, you got to win. You know, it comes down to, we were on a text thread this morning, you know, the situation. If we want to stay in the hunt, we can't lose another one. You know, every game's got to be, the next game is the most important game, obviously, but, you know, we got to be ready to go at any time.
You got to win them out there. And the remaining games after Ray, you have McMinn, Cleveland, and Walker Valley, the three that, two of which are ahead of you. So it's doable. You know, you just got to get it done there. We really saw some hustle plays, and I'm going to go back to that play. Jarris Rogers, you know, that's what you call sacrificing your body for the team there, because it's late in the game. We had a 2-point lead at the time. They've got the ball, so they're going down thinking, hey, we're going to tie this thing up. It's getting late, real late. It's less than 2 minutes, I think, a minute something to go in the game. And he's in backcourt working on defense, and he able to tip the ball away, and then he makes a dive, just full-out dive to get the ball, to tie it up, to get possession. That's the important thing. You know, we tie it up, it's their ball.
Right.
If we get possession, then we get timeout and set it up. Then Carter Howard comes through, you know, and hits a big bucket there too. So it was I said this play of the game, and it's one of the best plays probably we've seen all year. And he's just a sophomore. He's just learned how to play the game, really, you know, at the high school level, I think.
That was such a huge play, and that's something we've been preaching, working on it with our guys. Is, you know, we do loose ball drills, we do taking charge drills, things like that. That, you know, once they get hit in practice, they know it's not going to hurt that bad. Or when they dive on the floor, they know that's not that bad. So that in the game it translates, and that was one of the things we had just done a few days beforehand. And Jarris, he sacrificed it. He did. He laid it all on the line right there.
Well, it gets the whole team and the crowd fired up when they see stuff like that. And, you know, that's the way you got to play the game is, Jordan. You got to all out all the time, whether it's offense or defense. Every possession is so important, so crucial in a game of that magnitude where it's so close, you know, and the win we had to have, and held on and got that. Last night, let's talk about the Udall game. Last night, it is a tie game going to the fourth quarter. I mean, they're tooth and nail. The fans are really into it. Our fans are into it. They're yeah-yaing back and forth and everything. And you shut them out completely. They didn't score a point in the fourth quarter. I don't recall. I've seen it happen in girls play, but I don't recall a boys game, recently at least, where the opponent gets shut out. And the defense that fourth quarter was just in their face, hands everywhere, and just crazy.
Well, I'm going to have to give credit right here, because they had a guard that was kicking our butts pretty good. He had 17.
Petty, yeah.
And Coach Allison said, hey, we need to go no catch on him. And from that point on, whoever was on him, like, he doesn't get it back. He doesn't catch it. We're going to make him work as hard as he can, and we make the other four guys beat you.
Philosophy was, Coach, if he can't get the ball, he can't score.
If he couldn't get the ball, at the time I felt like nobody else was trying to score. They weren't even looking at the basket. We just had one kid that was killing us. So I told Coach, I was like, we might just need to go no catch. And that's when we went no catch. Ram and D, they did a great job on him in the fourth quarter, and they didn't score a point after that. So. Well,
he had 17 of their 33 points, so that's half the scoring right there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that speaks wonders for what you did there, and it doesn't happen very often. You've got Ray County coming up over there Friday night, and Ray, as we mentioned, they've lost by 3 to Walker Valley last night on the road at Walker, and they are much improved over last year, that's for sure.
It is. You know, every night anybody can beat anybody. We've said it before. You never know what, you know, with our roster the way it is, you know, it changes day to day. You know, we're battling through some things right now, but, you know, it's a next man up mentality, and the guys have done a great job stepping up when their number's called.
Well, that's where it pays off that you've played deep into the bench, you know, early on. I mean, you go to the bench first quarter. I mean, if you see something that needs to be corrected, or you got somebody out there and maybe that's not hot or whatever, and has some turn or whatever, you put them in there, and you've got good players coming in. Ram Taylor comes in, Ramirin comes in there, Jarris comes in there. You've got guys like him that can come in there and add to it. You know, Ram's just a freshman, Jarris a sophomore, so you got these young guys. So the future looks bright with what you've got. And we've got, 4 seniors this year, I guess? We'll lose?
5.
5?
Yep.
And those guys will be missed, but that's why you have to, as a coach, you know, figure out how these guys off the bench can help you and come in and be a positive impact, I guess, you know, with scoring and defense.
It is, and with these young guys, there's no better experience than in-game experience. You can only simulate so much in practice, and the in-game experience they're getting right now is invaluable.
Well, we hope it just keeps on coming there. We had a big win down there, rebounding-wise. Was 37-27 advantage there. Free throw shooting was 18-25. That's the Friday night game. And 72%. Now, we hadn't been hitting a lot up until that game.
And we're Dr. Jekyll and Miss Hyde sometimes with the free throw line.
And what was it last night? I didn't even see the stats from
We were
last night.
75% last night.
Okay.
We did a nice job stepping up, making free throws down the stretch. That's one of the big things. Like, just step up there with confidence and shoot it.
Yeah.
Don't think about anything else. Step up there, do your routine. Step up with confidence.
Do you have a certain number? You say we want to shoot so many free throws today in practice, or is that on each player? Or
It varies.
Yeah.
It varies from time to time. Usually there's a set amount. Like, hey, you have to make this right at the end of practice before we're done.
yeah. I guess it depends on how bad your shooting was in previous games sometimes too.
It does. It varies, and time constraints as well
Yeah.
play a factor into it. We
Yeah.
have certain things we want to get done on the defensive end, offensive end, and if we have time at the end, then we'll do it as a team. If not, we'll tell them, hey.
Well, Coach, on the bench, are you the guy that says let's get so and so in there as a sub, or is that Zach's call, or do you help out with that? Or you and Kobe sitting over there? I know he's trying to keep some stats and all, and are you? What is
I
your
help
role
him.
in the middle of a varsity game, basically? Yes.
I just kind of watch the game and see what guys fit best with the way the game is going, and I ask coach, or I give him my input on it, and coach will tell me if it's a go or not. So that's usually how it goes.
Okay. Well, you got to have that other voice in your ear there, Coach, because I know you can't see everything. You try to, but it's.
No, and my assistants are great. They do a great job. They'll see things that I don't see, and hey, coach, what do you think about this? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, Kobe Deals is your other assistant for the freshmen there. Now, when will they have a game coming up? Do you know off the top of your head?
Not off the top of my head. It's this week.
This week?
I believe it's this week, but I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay. So this week we've got on the road Saturday at Ray County. It's Friday we do. Saturday now, Brainerd game down there. I know the girls from Brainerd dropped out, so what time will our games be played down there?
I am still waiting to hear back on that.
Okay.
The coach and I have been texting back and forth. He said he had to talk to his administration. It's either going to be at 4 or 5.
Oh, okay.
He's just supposed to let me know which time it is, but it's one game.
With the boys JV in front
No,
of a single boys
just
game?
varsity, yes.
Tuesday, then, we're going to step out of the district. We're going to go on a long road trip to Stewart's Creek.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be interesting because I don't recall if the boys have played Stewart's Creek. And while the girls have, I know. A beautiful new school over there in Middle Tennessee and Murfreesboro area. So we encourage all the fans to show up there next Tuesday. And they're going to start that at our time, our locally scheduled times of 6 to 7:30 our time, which is 5 and 6:30 their time to give us an hour's break there.
Yeah.
Because that is a school night, a long way over the hill there to get back.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. A lot of stuff going on, and before you know it, we're only 3 weeks away from the start of the district tournament.
I know it's here. The season's flown by.
We got a lot of basketball to play between now and then, though. 4 big district games, counting Friday night, and then we got Brainerd, we have Stewart's Creek, and then you have a McCauley game, I think, too, don't you?
We got Brainerd twice, Stewart's Creek, and McCauley.
McCauley, and that'll be the last game on the Monday before the tournament starts, on Valentine's Day, I believe it is.
Yep.
Seems
My
like.
wife's not too happy about that.
Well, George, you've been married a long time. I mean, have you got through the Valentine's thing yet, or playing ball games on the hot anniversaries and all that?
Well, we've only been together for 2 years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I haven't.
You're still on your honeymoon then.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm still in the honeymoon phase.
Now, how'd you meet your wife? Is she a local girl? Is she from Cleveland or from Memphis or?
Well, she's from Oregon. We
Oregon,
met
okay.
through work.
Oh, okay.
Through both of us do online marketing. That's what I do outside of coaching.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like we just met through some mutual friends. So.
Okay, well, that's great. And we're glad to have her here as part of the family, and it is a family here at Bradley Central. We're proud of that, and it's a great tradition and everything. Hope to have you around for many more years along with this guy here. And what you guys are doing right now is sitting here at 12-7, sitting there in a dogfight for the district regular season title with McMinn and Walker ahead of you. You still got games for both of those, and they've got a lot of games to play too. So we'll see how it all shakes out here. It's going to be fun, that's for sure. And
We're looking forward to it.
All right. We're going to wrap it up for now here on the BCHS Bear Network. All of our shows are available on YouTube, Twitter, as well as BCHS Facebook. So check them out there. There's no cost at all for those. They're free to watch your viewing pleasure, and they'll be out there, probably out there within the next day or so. Until the next time, this is Gary Ownbey saying, God bless and go Bears.